Now, here's a question that has started arguments, maybe a couple arguments in some bars, record stores, probably at least one funeral. But what's the greatest fake band in movie history? Tonight, we might answer that question when we talk about That Thing You Do.
And now, our feature presentation.
Fussy, who hired this crew?
What's your favorite scary movie?
I'm smart, you're dumb. I'm big, you're little. I'm right, you're wrong.
Show me the money!
Are you too good for your home? Answer me!
Baby, you are so money and you don't even know it.
Yeah, I thought this was good.
Hello, boys! I'm back!
He's back. Welcome in, everyone, to 52/1996. We are a live movie conversation podcast where we take a look back in history 30 years ago and dig into the films of 1996, one movie at a time. I'm your host, Cody, and I am joined this week by my wonderful, definitely my favorite co-host, Alyssa, as we break down. Maybe a little biased as we break down the movie That Thing You Do. Now, if this is your first time hanging out with us or listening, welcome in. We're happy to have you. We are live, but if you are listening a little bit after, we hope you enjoy it as well. The idea is pretty simple. Every week for 52 weeks, we revisit a different movie released in the year 1996. We talk about different scenes, lines, standout performances, trivia, if it survives a modern rewatch. And we're kicking things off with a new theme this month. We do these on a month-by-month basis, try to for the most part. And this month's is probably the most important of them all. It is called Cody's Choice, because for the next 4 weeks, I'll be spotlighting 4 movies from 1996 that I picked simply because I can. I actually picked out all the movies, but these are the movies that I couldn't really fit into a category and was just like, nah, we're going to put them in here. A couple of these are some fan favorites of mine, and some of them are, I just felt, at least one of them I was like, yeah, that's pretty important to me. And then one I was just like, I just want Alyssa to watch it for the first time. So that's the reason I chose these movies, and we'll get to those eventually. But this week we're talking about That Thing You Do. And as we start talking about this, let's bring Alyssa in as we do here. Alyssa, this is not the first time you've seen this movie. It is your second time watching this movie because I forced you to watch it. I don't know, how many years ago did I make you watch it?
I don't think it was last year. It might have been 2 years ago.
2 years ago. Yeah, because this is one of those movies that I will sometimes say, if people ask me what my favorite movies are, I have like 3 or 4 or 5 that are in rotation. That Thing You Do is probably the movie that I can quote the most. I know exactly what's going to happen. I know, like, when the movie was starting, I was doing like hand gestures and motions that go along with that, what the character is doing in this movie. I've seen this movie probably more than any of the movies that I have seen in my life. This movie was very special to me growing up.
When did you first see it?
I saw this movie. I mean, I did not see this in theaters. I don't think I did anyway. I might have. My sister Tina might have taken me to see this movie, but I definitely had it on VHS. I had the soundtrack on a cassette tape. And we had a karaoke machine, and I would sing along to this soundtrack all the time. In 4th or 5th grade, this is a little lore, and you know this, I was with a girl. Shout out Laura.
Pour one out.
Pour one out for Laura, as she didn't make it. She's very happy. But But anyway, we broke up, and I was very sad about it. As a child in fourth grade and I definitely recorded myself singing That Thing You Do and gave it to her as like, hey, this is what you did to me.
Did you do the ballad version or the up-tempo version?
I did the up-tempo version because I like it snappy, I like something snappy. Yeah, and I recorded that. And a couple of years ago, she actually found it in her house. So her mother still owns the master copy of Cody Waits performing.
What I would give.
She would probably make a copy of it and give it.
I would love that.
Yeah. I'll have to ask her about it, see if it's something. Maybe we can play it at our wedding.
Yeah.
That would be insane.
You would die.
But no, this was like my whole personality for at least a couple of years. Anyway.
It's a good personality to have.
I don't know. It's such a wholesome movie. There's really nothing offensive about this movie, even if you don't like movies or don't I don't know. Like this is like the least offensive thing here. I couldn't imagine a person completely hating this movie, and if they did, I'm probably not friends with them. But I could see people being like, it's fine, Cody, you need to chill. A lot. And that's why I told Alyssa, I said, hey, I need you to be the critic on this one. Tell me I'm wrong about all of this. So yeah, that's just a little bit of lore with this movie. And I forced her to watch it because I said, we're dating and
this is very important to me.
This is very important to me, and I'll probably ask you to watch it many more times.
There was a podcast that Taylor Tomlinson and her boyfriend at the time did during the pandemic where it was titled "This Is Very Important to Me," and they would just force each other to watch their favorite movies. So she had to watch what is Michael Myers? Groovy Baby.
Halloween. Oh, Austin Powers.
Yeah. She had to watch Austin Powers for the first time in 2020, and she's like, this movie's horrific. and she made him watch Singing in the Rain, and they would just go back and forth each week. So that's our relationship.
we should watch Austin Powers. That sounds great.
That is one I've not seen.
I don't know if it holds up, but I don't
think it does.
It is a movie that I do love, though. I think it's very funny. And I love that whole franchise. So, but yeah, I could see somebody watching it for the first time and be like, what the hell is this? It is not good. So we'll do that another time. We'll save that for another occasion. But let's go ahead and start talking about our movie of the week. Let's learn a little bit more before we get into our categories for discussion. Again, the name of this movie is That Thing You Do. It came out October 4th, 1996. It is directed and written by Oscar Award winner Tom Hanks. This is his directorial debut, his writing debut. And he went on to do, I think, Larry Crown is the only other movie that he both wrote and directed, which is not as good as this movie at all. This movie's cast has a lot of people that are probably not well known in 1996, but I think a pretty good cast here. Tom Everett Scott as Guy Patterson, or Skitch, or Shades, or Spartacus, whatever you want to call him. Liv Tyler here as Faye. Jonathan Sketch as Jimmy, James Mattingly II. Steve Zahn in here as Lenny. Ethan Embry as the bass player, or TB player as he is listed. Tom Hanks as Mr. White. Charlize Theron, and I think her first role, or one of her first roles, as Tina Power. She was actually the first one cast in this movie, interesting enough. Oba Babatunde as Lamar. Giovanni Ribisi in here as Chad. Chris Ellis as Phil Horace. Bill Cobbs as Del Paxton. And then there's just like a bunch of like cameo or small appearances, like At Tom Hanks's best friend since the 80s, Peter Scolari's in this movie. His wife, Rita Wilson, is in this movie. Singer of Wicked Game, Chris Isaac, is in this movie. Kevin Pollak, Sean Whalen, Clint Howard, that's Ron Howard's brother. Jonathan Demme, who directed Philadelphia, starring Tom Hanks, is in this movie. Rob Reiner's daughter, Tracy Reiner, is in this movie. Paul Feig, famous director, also from Heavyweights, is in this movie. Bryan Cranston is in an appearance in this, but Colin Hanks, Tom Hanks' son, his daughter is also in here as well, but Colin's obviously the bigger name. And if you didn't get a chance to watch this movie or have never seen this movie before, the synopsis for this movie that I pull from Google tells me that wily band manager Mr. White helps a small town band achieve big time success when they release a Beatles-style pop song in 1964. Pennsylvania band The Wonders become a sensation after their drummer breaks his arm and is replaced by jazz enthusiast Guy Patterson, who injects something a little bit different into their music. Now, this movie was not that successful. It was $26 million on a budget and made $34.6 million at the box office. So not as big a hit as they wanted it to be. Critics like this movie. It has a 93% on Rotten Tomatoes, a 7 out of 10 on IMDb, and a 3.6 out of 5 on Letterboxd. Roger Ebert gave it 3 out of 4 stars. He said, "That Thing You Do is the first film written and directed by Tom Hanks, and not surprisingly, it is as sunny and guileless as many of the characters he's played. The movie may be inconsequential, but in some ways that's a strength. Without hauling in a lot of deep meanings, it remembers with great warmth and a time and a place." Now, Richard Corliss of Time Magazine did not like this movie. He said, "It's a movie that, like many a pop tune, has a cute idea but a simple-minded lyric." This movie does have a little bit of a legacy. It was nominated, it has an Academy Award nominated for Best Original Song. It did not win. And the soundtrack peaked at number 21 on the Billboard 200 albums chart, featuring a mix of, tracks, like instrumental tracks and non-instrumental. And then this one's for you. The Erie Seawolves hosted Wonders Night on September 4th, 2021 at UPMC Park. Cast members Jonathan Skaich, Tom Everett Scott, Steve Zahn all traveled to Erie for the occasion and participated in a panel discussion, autograph session, and elements of the ball game presentation. And Ethan Embry eventually joined virtually for a panel discussion. And what I would have given to have been a part of that.
My family are huge Seawolves fans. Like that, huge Seawolves fans. They were actively going in 2021 to the games.
I wonder if they did this. I wonder if they went to
I
this.
doubt it. I doubt it.
Oh, man. What I would give. I mean, to travel back in time.
That's so funny. You'd think that they would do it, or like to do it in 2021. I guess it's post-pandemic, right? But it's the 30th anniversary this year. You'd think that this would be the year that.
I guess
that was 25th.
25.
Okay,
yeah, that's 25
yeah.
years. Yeah. That seems to be more of an important date for people. 25 than 30. And so this podcast is already flawed because it's a 30-year anniversary. But I feel like turning 30, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
People hate turning 30. I hate it.
I couldn't wait to be 30.
I
Get
guess,
me out of this hellhole of the 20s.
I guess you're right. I guess I liked being 30. I do not look forward to being 40. Sorry to all the 40-year-olds out there. I'm scared to death. So yeah, I thought that was fun because Alyssa's from that area around there. So like a lot of references to, that's another reason I think why I was excited to show this movie to her. I was like, hey, this thing takes place in Erie. That's real close to where you went to college and all these other things that you guys do. It's like an hour away from where you grew up.
Yeah. They mentioned Mercyhurst College and Gannon College, and one of my best friends went to Mercyhurst for a little while, and my sister actually went to Gannon, now university. But it was really fun to hear those references. I was like, oh hey, like I know those places, so it's fun.
They didn't mention your college, which is fine. We'll leave that off here. They don't need any. They don't need any press. Well, let's go ahead and get into our discussion. Let's talk about this movie, and I'm prepared. I am not going to be mad about anything in this discussion,
Okay.
but I'll defend it.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. All right. So let's talk about the best scenes in this movie. What scenes still pop or define this movie?
I will say, typically I pick, like chronological order of like the most info, but I really there's so many scenes.
There are a lot of scenes.
There's a lot of tiny scenes that I picked out the 4 that I recall the most and stuck out the most. Truly stuck out the most
yeah.
to me. And I think the first show is very fun. Like it's like a talent show. The crowd is egging on and nagging the announcer, and then it turns into this big dance hall, and it's so fun because you're watching like the wheels turn, and Guy as their new drummer is like picking up the tempo, and the 2 guitarists are like yelling at him like, hey, that's too fast. And I'm like, this is exactly how this would go if this was like really happening and not a movie or a stage production. But it's very fun to watch the magic happen for the first time.
It's that's one of the first ones I had written down as well. And again, like you said, it's kind of like kicks off everything. Like we have that garage scene earlier where they, come together, he learns the song, and they get their name, but it really is the talent show where we first hear the song that we're going to hear the rest of the time. It's not a slow song. It's an up-tempo song. And I don't know what possesses Guy in this moment to just be like, all right, here we go. Click, 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 click.
Well, I think he says later, 1, he hasn't played in front of a group or in front of an audience in such a long time. He was a little nervous. But 2, he also throws out there, he's like, this is not a ballad. This is an up-tempo beat. And I needed to he's like, I injected something into this.
Yeah.
Like he says that, like, yeah, it needed that.
And I almost feel like, we're, putting a lot, we're giving a lot of credit for this, but like from what we know about Guy, when we're introduced to Guy, he is this jazz musician. He loves jazz music and he plays along to records all the time. Whenever he can, he's the Erie's lone beatnik, who just kind of, wears his little turtlenecks and everything. But like, he knows a thing or two about music. He's been he's been in some bands before. We learn a little bit about that. We know that him and Lenny are friends or have been friends. I found somewhere, like I did not find it in my research here, but for some reason, I think that Lenny and Guy are cousins because they both refer to Guy's uncle as uncle, as their uncle. So I just assumed that they were cousins.
That makes sense.
Erie can't be that big of a town, right?
No. Oh God, no.
Especially in like 1960, it can't be that big.
Erie is small.
Yeah.
It's not like, it's a city technically, but it is like, I would like similar to maybe a Dayton, Ohio, or ish.
Yeah. Yeah. So like, it's not out of this world to believe that those two are related in some way.
Yeah.
But like, Guy is this, well-accomplished musician. So he knows a thing or two about this. And I don't know, obviously Jimmy is the talent, as he's referred to later in this, and good songwriter and everything. But, when you hear something, you're like,
I have to say, I've been dying to say this to you. Jimmy gives me Matty Healy energy.
Really?
Really? And I'm like, you love a little rat boy lead singer who is just so emo about his songs. And I was just like, he's just a little emo boy about his songs. And that's Jimmy, and that's Matty Healy. And Cody is drawn to those people.
Don't worry, I have a Jimmy thing coming up later in this. Because like when you're growing up, Jimmy sucks. Like, and for the most part, you're supposed to think Jimmy sucks. He does suck. He does Faye a little dirty at the end of this movie. But then I watch and I'm like, when it comes to like music stuff, I'm a little bit, we'll get to it. Don't worry about it. I'll get to it. Anyway, I love this scene. The talent show scene that again establishes the song for the rest of the movie. is now no longer a slow song. It is a fast song. And this is a hit song. And people get jazzed about it. We see the one fan guy who goes nuts dancing with, trying to dance with all these girls. It gets voted the best song. It's wicked. So wicked, totally wicked. And they win the Mercyhurst talent show.
It's excellent.
And Tina's there.
The girlfriend.
Tina Powers. Yeah. Not my sister.
I was like, Tina's there.
Yeah, so it's just we get everything we need there. What's your next one?
Hearing the song on the radio for the first time.
Okay, very good. Yeah, that's good.
It's a magical scene. It is something just so heartwarming. Them running down the street, freaking out, screaming, them busting into the electronics store to go find Guy, and everybody meeting together and turning on the radios and freaking out. I'm like, this is so fun. This is so good. And it's lovely. Delightful is the word that I saw in a lot of the reviews that I read on Letterboxd. And that is like that moment of like, our song is on the radio. We did it. And it's so cute.
I love this scene too, because on the tech, like the sound side of it, like, and how they're doing it. Like Faye is the first one. She's listening to the radio, her little portable radio, and she hears it, and it's very quiet when she starts hearing it. Then she gets one more person. She gets the bass player who's coming out of the Army surplus store. And then he turns on his radio and it gets a little bit louder. And then they go into the appliance store and they turn on all the radios in there and it's really loud. And then Jimmy and Lenny join them and that's the loudest it could possibly be. So it's just like blaring and it's over the top too. Like it is loud. Even so that like the guy's mom is in the back, like talking on the phone with somebody and they're like, yeah, we're listening to it right now. So no, it's a very enjoyable scene. Again, like all of these scenes have these little elements of charm with them, but like these little elements of like humor in there too. Like very funny things that go in there. Most of the time it's Lenny doing something. Like in this scene, like Lenny goes over to like start dancing with Guy's sister and she's like, no. She's like, absolutely not. So he picks up the cardboard cutout of the girl and starts dancing with it, high fives it at one point. That's very funny, very cute. But everybody's so excited. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I can't. There's nothing wrong with this movie.
There's nothing wrong with this movie.
There's nothing wrong with this movie at all.
There's a while before I have another scene. So what do you got next?
The next scene that I had was the Vicksburgs in Pittsburgh. Which is the they get a manager at one point
who puts their song on the radio. Yes. So and this happens after they get the song on the radio, they get a rock show in Pittsburgh, and it's just kind of like their first big moment. They're actually performing with people that are on the radio because the Vicksburgs in Pittsburgh. I just say that because that's what he says. That's what Boss Vic Goss says. But we hear the Vicksburgs songs on the radio at one point in the movie. I think it was even before That Thing You Do comes onto the radio. It's that was the Vicksburgs with Drive Faster. That's what the radio host says. So this is an actual, this is not just a bunch of local bands. These are actual bands that are touring. So this is their first chance to kind of show a big city. And they're jazzed for it because they are like, we're going to be in Pittsburgh. Like that's a big deal to them being from Erie. Yeah. And I'll say Pittsburgh is a 3-hour drive from Erie to Pittsburgh. So they're not that is the closest city other than Buffalo.
Cleveland.
You're right. Cleveland's way closer. But if you think about it, the fact that it reached Pittsburgh, it's not, it certainly is not local. It's 3 hours away. So it's a big deal.
Steubenville. I've never been to Steubenville.
I don't think I've been to Steubenville.
We should go to Steubenville.
I'm sure there's lots to do there.
Dean Martin's from Steubenville. And I love Dean Martin.
Have I been to Steubenville? Hold on.
Have I
going.
been to Steubenville?
Keep going.
But no, this is their first like big break, and they go out there and to perform, and it sucks. Like they botch it. They're so nervous performing in front of this big crowd. Jimmy's off key. Guy drops the cymbals. Like it's just a terrible time. But it leads to them meeting Mr. White. Because they do this like matinee show and it goes terrible. And then their manager, Phil, takes them to meet Mr. White, who's played by Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks says, I like your song. I want to, put it on this major label, this fictional label called Playtone. And we want that record. And we want to make you a part of our label. And of course, yeah, we're going to go on tour, state fairs. And Guy is just like, no offense, like, hey, we just got with this guy, this manager. He's done really well by us. And I'm not sure if we want to commit to something like that. I'd have to talk to the band. And that's when they're like, oh, yeah, you are smart. Like, you're not an idiot. You do want to get other people's buy-in, which is something like that's a good character trait of Guy. He is very selfless in that way, unlike Jimmy, who is very selfish. And is just all about his music and making the art of his music. He's one of those like tortured poets kind of guys. So yeah, it is in that moment that we kind of switch gears, and then this movie becomes much like the scenes become much bigger, higher stakes. Like we're growing at this rapid rate, and we're on this trajectory to be a big thing in this country. And this is the point where they go from small band to the
larger
big time.
band.
Yeah, to larger band. So I just wanted to add that movie in there, or that scene in there.
Yes. What do you have next? Because I am still a ways away.
The state fair, all the state fairs.
Yeah, those are fun.
And it really is just like a lot of scenes all at once it's like a montage, even though it's not filmed like a montage of scenes, because we start at the Columbus or the Ohio State Fair in Columbus, and that's kind of where it kicks off things like, hey, if this is going to catch fire, and Ohio is kind of where it starts for them, because even historically, which I learned about, that Columbus radio station that is mentioned there was the radio station in the country that was like, hey, if they play a song and it does well, that song is going to go nationwide for whatever reason. That's why Ohio has the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, I guess. I don't know. But I like this scene. Again, there are so many things that you get from it, even it being a montage. You get Jimmy talking about his music and wanting to impress people, like people that have been at Diane Dane, that character, where he's trying to like flirting, but also like,
almost like a mentor.
Yeah, but
like a mentor he's in love with.
Yeah, a mentor he wants to have sex with. But also like, hey, you're an established star. Look how good I am. I'm awesome. And I think that's more of what it is there. It's not so much that he's really into Diane Dane. And it's not, which is not great anyway, because he's treating Faye terribly along this whole process. We even get a scene where they're running to get on a plane and Faye gets left behind, and the only person that grabs her is Guy during this, which good guy. But yeah, we have a lot of little funny story elements in this section here. We have the bass player falling in love with one of the Chantrellines. We just have a lot of fun. Like, hey, we're going to run a horse track. We're going to do these biking, or we're going on all these rides at all these amusement or these state fairs. It's just fun, them bonding together, doing, all these interviews. I guess they don't do the interviews till they go to like California, but
yeah. Well, so and their record is climbing up the charts every week until it gets to number 7.
A top 10 Billboard record. And then it takes us out to the West Coast, because even Mr. White is like, hey, this is going bigger and better than we thought it would. We're going to take you off this state fair tour. They're old news. you're a big thing. We're going to try and get you in front of as many people as we possibly can. So he's like, hey, we're going to take you out there. We're going to try and get you on this television show. We're going to put you in a major motion picture. You're going to do all these interviews because now you're a top 10 record in the country.
And we're going to lay down a new record too. That was another part of the promise, was to record some new songs.
Which is another thing that Jimmy is only concerned with. He's like, I want to record new music. And I can't be mad at Jimmy for that.
No.
How far ahead are you?
I'm in LA.
Okay.
It just is so funny to me when he's like, where do people go around here to get some good jazz?
Oh, you want good jazz.
Oh, you want good jazz.
Oh, you want good jazz.
That's where I'm at next, because we get more information about Guy. We get Guy with a really fun scene with his hero. Again, it's a foreshadowing scene. Do you want me to get into it?
Yeah, go for it.
So yeah, everyone has kind of gone their own separate ways. Like Faye, I think, is sick. Lenny is off chasing this Playboy bunny. We have lost. I don't know if we've lost the bass player yet at this point.
We haven't immediately lost him.
Quite yet lost. So we don't know he's lost. But Guy's like, I'm in Los Angeles. I want to go listen to live music. He asks, is it Lamar?
Lamar, yeah.
Yeah, he's like, where do I go to get good jazz? He sends them off to this bar, and he gets drunk on martinis and is listening to jazz, and he is just living his best life. And his idol, who he's been mentioning throughout the entire Del Paxton is at the bar, and he gets to talk to him and engage with him, sits with him, buys him drinks, and Del Paxton eventually says, it doesn't matter. The band doesn't matter. Who you play with does not matter. Band members come and go. The music is the only consistent thing. You have to keep playing. And we're like, that might be a little bit of foreshadowing happening, but it is such a funny scene because, again, it's like, what a LA moment, I feel, and it's so exciting for Guy. He just, again, ended up in the bar because of the bellhop's recommendation. And he's, again, this is like, it's his, if he could have like wrote down on paper, what is your best evening that you possibly could have, that would be it. But I do think it's very funny. He's like, where do people go to get good jazz around here? And I'm like,
it's pretentious.
He's a little pretentious, but yeah. I mean, he does love jazz. I mean, he is like hitting, like he's pretending. Again, he is just drinking martinis and pretending to play the air drums the entire time.
Well, I love Lamar in this moment because he tests him. He's like, okay, you want good jazz? Okay, who did this on this record? And Guy knows it immediately. And so he's like, okay, you're not just some white boy that I'm going to send to like the jazz club, standard place that you would Google and find. He's like, I'll send you to a place that's actually good. I respect you. Like, I got that kind of thing from it. Yeah. And then he meets Del. It's so good. He gets a little too drunk for me here.
The actor is bad at being drunk.
It's not a great drunk.
It's not great.
And it is
goofy. It's goofy.
And we watched an extended scene of this. Like I made us watch the theatrical release of it because I was like, this is what the movie is. I do not want us to like have a tainted vision of the rest of this movie. But there's an extra scene in here where Guy comes back to the hotel and it's even worse. Like, I think his drunk acting in that scene is bad. It's like supposed to be comical and played up.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is bad. That is not great.
Yeah.
So he's cute.
But I do like that. He is cute, and you feel that for him. But it is a fun watch.
It's fun. The next thing I had was the Hollywood Showcase.
Okay. Yeah. Mine's right after that.
Yeah. The Hollywood Showcase, which is them coming, like, I include the beginning part of this because it's seriously right after the blue spot. And Guy wakes up in a panic because Mr. White calls him. He's like, hey, you're late and your bass player's gone and you're about to be on television. So you better get your patootie down here. And so they all gather to get there. Lenny is there with his Playboy bunny that he's obsessed with. Jimmy's sick, and the bass player's gone, and now he's been replaced with this other guy, Wolfman. The Wolfman's too scary. And they're all getting ready to do this thing. Faye is out getting all, beautified, dolled up so she can watch this. Guy's parents are at home ready to watch him on television, which is very cute. And they perform that thing you do, and you get to see like all these, basically like when the Beatles went on Ed Sullivan and how big a deal that was. People were going crazy in the audience. Girls are going nuts, and they're a big deal at that moment. Like that's the biggest. That is the pinnacle of the Wonders, is being on the Hollywood showcase and
teen
perform
sensations.
Teen sensations, the Wonders. But then it's like right after that it all just goes downhill. Because and it starts with them introducing everybody to the Wonders on the screen. My name that I have here where it says "Careful girls, he's engaged," which is true. That's why I did it. But yeah, she got that ring. But yeah, shows up on Jimmy's name and he freaks out.
Question: did Mr. White do that?
No,
because he said, he's like, who would have done such a thing? And Mr. White says, the same person who said you had class. Who did it?
Well, I think that in that response, because I thought about this, I think in that response, he's saying that none of us did that. And so no one said you had class.
I was like, who said he had class? Because he said he was the talent. Well, actually, he hasn't said he was the talent yet.
Yeah.
He says that in a couple scenes. So yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I think none of those people, and I think they were just like,
I mean, they know that Faye has been following the band. She's their costume designer or whatever, but she's been with the band this entire time. She's staying at the hotel with the band. She's with Jimmy. That's not a secret. So I'm, they're changing their names on the screen. Like Lenny is Leo because his name's Leonard, Shades instead of Guy, right? They're trying to make him sound cool. And then it's like, Jimmy, careful girls, he's engaged. Like it's supposed to drum up that engagement, right?
Yeah.
And Jimmy freaks out. He's pissed.
And Faye's not even like Faye is not phased, but like she is like, it was funny. I know we're not engaged. You're ruining something that's like a good moment. And he's like, I should have broken up with you. Like basically, I don't need this. This is the least of what I need right now. It basically breaks up with her in front of everybody, and it's super embarrassing for her. And she gets, I think, one of my favorite little segments. Like, I love that little speech that she gives.
Yes.
I don't know if you like it or not, but I love that little speech.
I do. I think
it's very good in a movie that is very silly.
Yes. And we've needed it because Jimmy's been a jerk for a while. So we're just like, thank God, Faye, because he doesn't actually break up with her. He's just pissed as hell. And she's the one who finally says, I'm going to go.
Yeah.
Like, I wasted my time. I wasted enough time.
Yeah.
Thank you. Hasta la vista. And that's when he said, I should have dumped you in Pittsburgh, as she walks out the door. And the guy's like, why didn't you dump her in Pittsburgh?
Yeah. Let some of us have a crack at her.
We'll talk about Guy and Faye later.
So yeah, that's how it ends. Lenny goes off to, Vegas with his girlfriend, Scott, whatever. He's just there for the thing. And then, yeah, that's the last scene that's the last one I had. So. Oh,
you didn't have I Quit?
I didn't have it.
That was the last one I had.
Because I knew you would probably have something.
Oh, yeah. Because it's post breakup from Faye, and it is the catalyst for the ending of the movie, and that officially everybody goes their separate ways. The bassist is disappeared. Lenny is in Vegas. Guy is there ready to play drums. Wolfman is also there because he has to be, this is the moment where Jimmy realizes that they are not going to record his songs.
Yeah.
It took up until that point. And he's like, and Tom Hanks is like, I own you. And it was the first kind of like nasty moment out of Tom Hanks. Like, he's been a manager, right? The little snake oil salesman this whole time. But this was the first time he goes, no, you signed a contract. I own your ass. You're going to sing the songs I tell you to sing. And then Jimmy goes, okay, I'll go. He goes right up to the mic, goes, I quit. And it is, first of all, the first time that you see him smile the entire movie, it's almost like he's having a psychotic break. It's the first like emotion other than emo sad boy that we get. And it's like, I am going to F you up. And I'm like, I believe it. I believe that you're going to F up this whole place. And he walks out. And that leaves Guy by himself. And Tom Hanks is like, well, this is over, and sends him home. And leads us to our ending. And the I quit is very iconic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He's got a great smile. I think Jimmy's got a good mouth.
Jimmy's very square. He's very angular. Like,
yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I'm okay on it. It's not my favorite.
Jonathan Scaich in the 90s is a bit of a hottie. He did not have quite the career that I thought he would. I didn't think honestly, most of these people did not have the career that I thought they would outside of Steve Zahn. I thought a lot of these guys would have a much bigger career than they did. And they did. They're all working actors. Like, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I hope, chat, that you do quit your next job and sing it in the same way that this happens. And the bass player going to work with the Muppets is true. That's
accurate.
Accurate. What happened to him? Yeah. So after that scene, Mr. White's basically like, yep, this is it. It's, one hit wonder. We see it all the time. Not a big deal. And Guy is just kind of hurt by that. And he's left in this recording studio. This is the first time they get into a recording studio, and the band isn't even there to record anything. And that's when Del comes back into the picture, and they get to jam together. And another, like, he already had that high moment of getting to, talk to him, just be in his presence. And now he gets to record with Del. It's a pretty big moment. And then we get our, essentially our epilogue with Guy realizing this whole time that, maybe
Faye is it.
Faye, I love music and I love Faye because we're friends and she's rad. And he lays a smooch on her, and then we get our epilogue learning what happened to all of the Wonders, with Guy and Faye getting married and running him being a studio drummer and running a school, and Lenny getting divorced. That's his like big thing.
And he runs a casino in Vegas.
Yes, which fits. The bass player goes to Vietnam where he's wounded and
gets a Purple Heart.
A
big deal.
And then Jimmy, actually, which is funny, the Jimmy epilogue is super funny to me because he joins a band, or he forms another band called Jimmy and the Herdsmen, and they're on the same label. They're on the Playtone label.
Yes. And I have thoughts on this.
Okay.
Because one of the things that Mr. White says when everybody quits, and he goes, you're out of contract, or you're at your like, y'all are messing up and you've signed papers. I feel like this movie, told from Jimmy's perspective, is Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons.
Yeah.
It is like Jimmy quits, storms off. Guy somehow gets off the hook because Mr. White likes him. Jimmy comes back groveling and also understands that there is financial implications to quitting this label, because there are. You can't just walk off. But Mr. White also knows that Jimmy's very talented. It is a mutually beneficial relationship. So he goes, hey, you dropped the dead weight of Guy, the bass player, and Lenny, let's get you a real band together, and I'm going to make you a star. And it is a mutually parasitic, unhealthy, and then like Jimmy just like writes songs and goes off into the distance and becomes the famous person he wants to be, while also paying off all of his debts to Mr. White. And he's Frankie Valli.
and along with the like that that's a pretty good one, is there's a lot of Beatles parallels in this movie too.
Oh yeah.
And like Jimmy is almost like the Paul McCartney of this group. I don't think there really is a Lennon of this group at all. I feel like there are 3 Ringos and 1 Paul McCartney. Yeah, I mean, honestly, if anything, the drummer is the George Harrison of the group. But other than that, like, there are some Beatles comparisons there. But yeah, like going off and doing his own thing and writing pop songs, and it's a very Paul McCartney thing that he went on to do. So yeah. Anything else scene wise? Well, who's your favorite character? Or is there a scene stealer?
I had a couple scene stealers. Lenny is the favorite character. He is so funny. He's the scene stealer. Everything he does is hilarious. I do have to give a few shout outs to Lamar for being great.
Love Lamar.
Love Lamar. The bass player is precious, a precious little bean, and I love him. And Guy's turtlenecks, doing a lot of work. Those are my scene stealers. I'm like, man, this man always got a turtleneck on.
He loves, and it's like a mock turtle. It's like the
yes.
Yeah.
I have several mock neck turtlenecks, and I almost wore one. I thought about like wearing one for the show today, and I was like, no, I'm not going to change.
You would have looked like that the bad girl character from an extremely goofy movie.
The Beatnik.
The Beatnik, yeah.
I'm pretty sure her name is the Beatnik in the credits.
Hell yeah. She's awesome. Not as good as Roxanne, but she's awesome. Yeah, Lenny's the best character. Like, Steve Zahn won this movie as far as I'm concerned.
Oh yeah.
Like, he is so funny the entire time.
Yes. And you root for him. Like you're like, yeah, go marry that Playboy bunny. Who cares?
He's like God's fool. Like, yeah, you idiot. I love you so much. You are the best thing in this movie. I honestly, not necessarily a scene stealer. I like the performance that Tom Hanks is doing for this Mr. White character, because like you said, he does get a little like villainous at the end of this movie, and he is like kind of snaky in a charming way. Yeah, he's great. I love the Mr. White. Like, I like the Mr. White character a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know the other character. Like, I feel like everybody has really, really good chemistry together. So yeah, Lenny was the only real rock star. I can get on board with that. He rocks out that one song.
He does. Dance with Me Tonight.
Dance with Me Tonight is such a good bang. It's a banger. All right. Any quotes that or lines that stuck out to you? Everything in this movie sticks out to me.
Yes. I wanna do a Lenny impression, but it's not gonna go well. So
go for it. I love it. I gotta hear it.
Are you crazy? It almost sounds like Owen Wilson. A man in a really nice camper van wants to put our song on the radio. Give me a pen. I'm signing. You're signing. We're all signing.
Classic. Good line.
A man in a really nice camper van. It's very funny.
Really nice camper wants to put our song on the radio. Give me a pen. I'm signing. You're signing. We're all signing.
That one's good. That's a good Steve song.
I've seen this movie 1,000 times.
I got another Lenny when he's playing cards, and he's like, I play a lot of cards, obviously. Want to see my deck? See? And he goes, you got to be quick. You got to be quick with me. I'm from Erie, PA.
From Erie, PA.
I was like, yeah, he's from Erie. It just all the love.
Go ahead.
Oh, do you want me to keep going?
Yeah.
I do have. Oh, Jimmy says, sorry, I'm bugging you. I guess I'm alone in my principles. And Lenny says, oh, there he goes off to his room to write that hit song, Alone with My Principles.
My sister and I quote that a lot to each other. Well,
again,
when we were growing up. Yeah.
I feel like Maddie Healy would write a song titled Alone in My Principles.
You're not wrong about any of that. You're not wrong.
Guy, and this is one of my laughs, when he's drunk and he's talking to the jazz player, and he's like, you are my biggest fan. And he was trying to say, I am your biggest fan, but it's also hilarious to like, you are my biggest fan. Very Chappell Roan of him.
Yes.
I do have part of Faye's speech, and it's just the last line, and it's, shame on me for kissing you with my eyes closed so tight.
Such a good line.
so good. I'm like, yeah, Faye, let's go. Finally, a spine was found. I loved it.
Well, I love all that. Like that is the best line in that that monologue there. But she says, "I've wasted thousands and thousands of kisses on you. Kisses I thought were special because of your lips and your smile and all your color in life. I used to think that that was the real you when you smiled, but now I know you don't mean any of it. You just save it all for your songs." Which is Jimmy. Like, yeah, we learn that about Jimmy as we go on. Like, he didn't write those songs about Faye.
Yeah, I like, who is the muse, especially for That Thing You Do? Because if you think about it being a ballad, it just means like a girl who he's like in love with this girl that who's no idea he exists
Yeah.
even. And it's like, well, that can't be Faye because she's your girlfriend. So who is That Thing You Do about? When did you write That Thing You Do?
And we see Faye in the audience when he's singing All My Only Dreams earlier in the movie, and she's singing along to it like she is. And I think she thinks, hey, I'm the inspiration for these songs. And while she might be, it doesn't matter. Like in Jimmy's mind, yeah, it is. All of you are just fodder for my creative process.
Yeah.
I don't mean any of this. I don't feel these feelings. And maybe he does a little bit to put it into his music, but like that's a little Taylor Swifty in my mind too. I mean,
Oh yeah.
Taylor Swift and Maddie Healy are two sides of the same coin, I think.
Oh yeah, cut from the same cloth.
Yeah, like let me write this down. I'm having a moment kind of thing.
Yeah.
John Lennon, very good comparison. Same as John Lennon, like just kind of treated everybody else as like fodder for his songs. He was not a good person. He was not a nice man. Like John Lennon gets like, people love John Lennon, but he was like a really shitty dad and an abusive partner, and like he wasn't a good guy.
I'll say that's what happens when people pass away before old age, is that they get to be remembered as a standstill photograph.
Yeah. So, no, I love that Faye quote. I love that a lot. What else you got?
I only got one more. And that's from Phil Horace, their manager, their first manager with the camper van. And he says, I found that a hit record is like a stew. All the ingredients have to come together just right. Otherwise, it's just soup. Like, that doesn't make any sense, but okay.
Stew's got meat in it. That's what the band needs, some meat.
Some meat.
Some man meat. I'm going to go ahead and pivot us into our biggest laughs, because that's like, well, no, Faye at one point says, or after Guy is like, we should record a record. And Faye replies with, you mean a record? Like a record? And that's what I love that. I love that line. But now I'm going to pivot into our biggest laugh, cry, scare, thrill. Don't really think there are any scares or thrills in this movie. But laugh, I want to mention my favorite line in this entire movie, which is done by Lenny. And it was back in the day, Facebook, early Facebook, thefacebook.com. You could put quotes on your Facebook profile. And this was my quote from day one. And it was, oh, I'm not here with these fellas. I've got a pig in the competition over at the livestock pavilion, and I am going to win that blue ribbon. Love it so much.
I specifically did not write it down because I knew you were going to bring it.
It's so good.
Hilarious.
That's my favorite line in this whole movie.
My biggest laugh is another line from the movie, and it's when they're at the Mercyhurst talent show and their fan is in the audience just nagging the announcer, and he's like trying to tell a joke, and he just screams, "Eat my shorts, Captain!"
Shut your I'll kick your ass.
Kick your ass. Eat my shorts, Captain. And I'm like, it's very funny.
Hey, would you like to buy a chicken? I have the Chrissy Tompkins interaction with Guy is talking to Chrissy Tompkins at the Villapiano show. It's the girl with the brunette hair with nursing a beer in the gray polka dot dress. And Lenny comes over. He's like, "Hey, Skitch, isn't that your girlfriend?" He's like, "Oh yeah, that is my girlfriend. I have one of those." And then Lenny is like, yeah, they're very happy together, very serious. And she's like, what about the bass player? He's like, oh, he's married. And I think that's very funny. Lenny trying to get laid, of course.
Always.
What else you got? Anything?
No, that was really it.
I have two more that I think are very, very fun. I love this movie so much. I cannot say how much. Again, I've said that every time in like the span of 5 minutes. When Mr. Villapiano is giving them a bonus, he says, "What are these?" And Lenny responds with presidential flashcards. And he said, "No, it's a bonus to entice you back. The word is out on you, O-Neaters." And Lenny says, "Hey, that's O-Netters." Which is something we haven't even talked about. The fact that their band name is the Oneaters for the first half of this movie until they become the Wonders. It's just a running joke that they have. And then my other one is when they are getting interviewed at the K-Jazz radio station, and they ask them who their musical influences are, and Lenny says Captain Geach and the Shrimp Shack Shooters.
The Shrimp Shack Shooters.
Captain Geach and the Shrimp Shack Shooters.
All
right, now we go to our WTF most ridiculous moments of this movie.
Okay. This is where I'm going to be a little critical of this movie.
Give it to me.
So I have one actual like WTF, and it is that no one gives a damn about that bass player. That boy vanishes into the night. He is abducted by the Marines.
That's what happens.
Shipped off to Disneyland. And is never to be seen from or heard from again. And that, like, no, like, they're just like, yeah, he's missing. I'm like, and no one's going to look for him, call him, try to find him. Like, they're like, well, he was going to be off in the Marines anyway. I'm like,
but what do you do? It's 1964. There's no cell phones.
I know, but it's crazy. I'm like, that kid's dead. Like, in my mind, I'm like, well, he's dead. Like, he just got abducted in Los Angeles and it's fine. I mean, he wasn't. We know that he was safe and he went to the Marines and he's okay. But like in that moment, I'd be like, hey, someone's gone.
That's right. Kidnapping America's youth. That's what they do.
And they're just everyone, and we just blow past it. Everyone's fine with it. I'm like, okay.
He's an adult. He's a young man.
I know. It's just wild. I'm like,
it's different. If it was a young woman, they would have cared a lot more. But it's just like, nah, it's a dude.
And they're like, he's fine.
He's fine. He's gonna be a Marine. He's fine. What else? Get it.
This is just like my critique of the movie, and not really a critique of the movie. It's just that I need to go watch the 2.5 hour cut. Is that I want more from Jimmy and Faye, in the sense that I don't
with
understand.
Jimmy and Faye or Guy and Faye?
No, Jimmy and Faye.
Okay.
And well, we'll talk about Guy and Faye in a second, but I'm like, why is Faye with him? We know that from the beginning, they are a established relationship. They've been together a long time. She is clearly in love with him, and he does not even like look at her. And I'm like, how did y'all get together? How, what was it like in the beginning? I would love like a moment, like a 30-second moment where Faye is like, yeah, when we first started dating, he would write me all these songs and we were just so in love. And over time, he's just so focused on his work. We never get any of that. So I don't believe, like, other than Faye's blind loyalty, I don't understand why they're a couple in the first place.
And I agree with you on this. And apparently we do. I've seen the bigger cut, and I know that we get more scenes of Jimmy and Faye, and we get more scenes of Guy and Faye.
And that's the other critique, is that I do not believe that Guy likes Faye.
I think he does. I think they're friends.
They're friends. I think they're friends.
I think you do, being critical of this movie, I do think that you have to play a little bit of like writing a story in your own mind of them.
Yes.
We get like a brief moment of like of them like goofing off with one another, like joking around with one another a couple times in the movie, even early on, like when they're first introducing the guys and Guy is in the diner or whatever. Like he says something like, "Hi, Faye." Like he knows Faye before. So we have to do a lot of mental gymnastics to even make that be like, yeah, I believe it. So I agree with you.
Yeah. And like Faye has been so loyal to Jimmy this whole time. I don't even see her seeing Guy as an option that quickly.
Yeah.
Maybe over time, But I feel like Guy had to be convinced. Like, there's Mr. White being like, now Faye's really special, isn't she? And you're the smart one. And even I think Lamar says something too. And there's this whole like, go get him, Tiger attitude. And he goes to her and he's like, when's the last time you've been kissed? Like, really, truly, 100% kissed. And she's like, this guy's name, New Year's Eve, like 4 years ago. And he just goes, okay. And then kisses her. I was like, that is not the response that I want if I'm Faye. And like, even if I am like anticipating this kiss, wanting this kiss, he just goes, okay.
I think so. In that moment, like, I'm not trying. I'm in that moment. I think he's like, okay, this is the line I'm gonna throw on this girl, and in anticipation of her saying, "Oh, I don't know the last time that I've ever been really kissed."
Yeah, she wasn't expecting
and then she
her
was
answer.
no, but I love her answer being like, "Oh, it was this guy. It was Dave Damelgard or whatever the fuck his name is." Sorry, not family friendly. But like, and that throws him off, and he's like, "Okay, well, now I've got to do something that I thought I was gonna do, but you gave me an actual answer, so now I have a precedent that I have to be better than."
Yeah, it was uncomfortable. He was like, dang it.
One thing I like about that is I don't think the kiss that he laid on her is a good kiss because she has to come back and kiss him in order to make that a good kiss. Like, he kisses her and she's like, and then like kisses her. He kisses him.
Right. Well, it takes two to tango.
Right. But like, I think in a dumb boy brain, that was like the most romantic thing that he could possibly do. And in a real moment, a real girl brain in the moment is like, I see what you're trying to do and I appreciate you and I like you. So let's do this real way. Yeah. And so this watch, okay, so because I had these things down. I had Guy and Faye. I don't really understand it. But also on this watch, for some reason, I was like, I don't think this is the moment they fell in love with each other. No. Like in a fairy tale world, yes, that is it. But I don't think that was the intention with that ending of them kissing, was that they are in love with one another. I think she is a hurt person. I think he is a nice guy and he likes her and has been friends with her. And this whole time he's had these little angels in the background being like, kiss Faye. Faye's the best. Like, she's in this way of like this, guardian angel telling him, this is your future. I'm guiding you more so. So I don't think that is it is just like, how can we push them together so that they can start?
Okay. I mean, that's, again, you have to do the mental gymnastics to get there. I think Guy and Jimmy are cut from the same cloth in the sense that Guy just has a way better personality and is way more likable, where Jimmy doesn't have any likable qualities, but they are both obsessed with music. And music is their first love. And I think if Faye were to get in the way of Guy's drumming, because it does, like, again, but she's loyal to a fault. I'm watching it happen right now. She's like, I'm going to follow this man with these dreams, and his dreams are now my dreams, and we're going to stay in LA, and he's going to be a studio drummer, and I am going to be content with whatever life he builds for me. And that allows him to go, and that you can fall in love in that regard as well. But I'm like, I need Faye to like have a dream.
I'm going to push back just a little. Okay. I agree with you on the Jimmy thing. But I don't think that, like, I think you can love music and have an appreciation for music in the way that Guy does. But Guy lives in a world where he's like I never feel like Guy his goal is the same as Jim. Like, Jimmy is like, I want to record more records. I want to do this. I want to do all this.
Sure.
Guy is just there having a good time.
Yeah.
He is just having a good time and writing it out and like listening to everything that his manager says, and both times he will eat up anything that Mr. White says. And he's cool with it. And I think that is the difference here, because I think Guy is a little bit more realistic, and yes, he's hopeful that he can continue writing this out. But when Mr. White at the end gives him that, like, hey man, we see it happen all the time. It's not a big deal. You showed up. Thanks. Even Del Paxton is just like, bands come and go, man. Like, It's what it is. Just keep playing music and loving music. But having a life, I think, is part of it. And we see Guy be very empathetic the whole time and
Sure.
like care about his fellow man. He gives Lenny $200. He saves Faye from the crowd, the crazy crowds
yeah.
there. He's concerned. He takes care of her on the plane. He hangs out with the bass player. We never see that happen from Jimmy. And so
Sure.
Guy has a love for people just as much as he has a love for music. And that's,
Yes.
and I don't think we have to do too many like mental gymnastics to come to that point of view. So like it is like the good angel and the devil, and Jimmy is the devil, a version of loving music, and Guy is the angel version of loving music.
Mm-hmm. That's fair.
So that's my thing with Guy. Also, I think Jimmy's a little right about to be skeptical.
Oh, sure. Jimmy's never incorrect at any point, other than
Right,
in how
right?
he treats Faye. Other than in how he treats Faye,
Exactly.
Jimmy is never incorrect.
When it comes to the music and stuff, like him having a career in music, he's like, yeah, I'm not, he does say a little like we talked about, like pretentious things when he's like, I just have a little hesitancy when signing my name on anything that has to do with my music.
Well, it's all my. He's very he uses a lot of me language and not a lot of we language.
Well, and he gets in trouble with it early in the movie when he says, oh, it's just this song that I wrote. And then Lenny slaps him on the shoulder and he goes, we wrote. So yes, he's already got that from the very beginning of this movie, but he has a little right about Playtone. And you made a good point whenever you're talking about like Mr. White getting a little evil at the end and being like, I own you. Like, this is all mine. And Jimmy, I mean, yeah, that sucks. He's like, you told me we were going to record a new record, and then you're telling me that I'm not going to, and I have to record this same song I've been doing for the past, 3 months in Spanish. No, I want to record something. Like, we have 10 other songs. They've sang other songs at their concerts. Like, can I please record Dance With Me Tonight? Like, can I record All My Only Dreams, or That Thing You Do, the ballad version, or whatever. I don't know. He still sucks. Like, Jimmy sucks. He's always been a dick. Yeah. What else? You're not making me angry. I just want you to know that.
Okay.
This is not a perfect movie.
That's all I got.
There is an extended cut that does fill a lot of those gaps that we're talking about. We get much more of the band. We get much more of their dynamic together. We get more Guy and Faye. We get more Faye and Jimmy, and explaining that we get more of Tina and her, new life with the dentist. So if you want to watch that, you got to find the extended version.
Get the Blu-ray.
Get the Blu-ray. It has it on there. That's what I did. All right. Best music moment.
I think we'd be remiss to say anything other than That Thing You Do.
Which one, though?
Which of the 11 times?
Yeah.
The radio version's the best version. That scene of them playing it on the radio is the best.
I put talent show. That was my favorite of that.
Talent show's great. I will say an honorable mention is for me, the opening song, Loving You Lots and Lots. That has been stuck in my head for about 4 days now. I think it is darling. It is just. I
like Mr. Downtown, even though it's a dumb song.
A dumb song.
It's a theme. It is a theme song from it is a made up theme song from a made up television show. And I sing it. I've been singing it this past week. Mr. Downtown. I also like Dance With Me Tonight.
Yes, that's a great one. That's the Steve Zahn one.
That's the Steve Zahn one, yeah. That's the Lenny song. So got to give props to my boy Lenny. All right, you ready for F, Marry, Kill? We haven't done one in a couple weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So it's gonna be, because I knew you would kill Jimmy right away. It's got to be the other 3 band members. So Lenny, Guy, and the bass player.
Oh, I think that's pretty easy.
Okay.
I think you Well, I guess not. You F Lenny. Of course.
I'm gonna forward this to Steve Zahn and be like, "Hey, man, your character is so effable."
I love blondes. What can I say?
I get
No,
big
he
Lenny
he's
energy.
Lenny Fox. Like Lenny is out here. Lenny wants a girlfriend. Like honestly, you could marry Lenny, and I would not like disagree with that. I love the bass player, but I think you have to kill the bass player. That little boy, he's so darling. He's gonna die in Vietnam. I know he doesn't, but just like I don't have any faith in him. And then you marry Guy.
Yeah.
Again, Guy is charming. Guy is talented. He does well for himself eventually. So I think that's fine.
I thought you would have more of a hang up on the bass player than you did.
I did love the bass player. I loved him so much, but like logistically speaking,
Everybody loves a drummer. Everybody loves a drummer. I gotta marry the drummer. That's okay.
what about the trumpet player?
What about those boys over from Gannon College, the brass band from Gannon College? I prefer the girls from Mercyhurst.
The Mercyhurst girls.
Yeah.
I'll call Emily.
I think I mean I agree with you.
You're not gonna marry Lenny?
No, I'm not gonna marry Lenny. It's gonna end in sadness for Lenny. I'm gonna
Poor
break his
Lenny.
port. Yeah, I don't think his divorce was his fault. Like I think the girl got tired of Lenny.
Potentially.
I think he's probably on his 4th marriage by now.
Just looking for love in all the wrong
Yeah,
places.
Lenny is just a guy that loves love, like loves to be in love. I think he would treat you good though.
Yeah.
And if
I
he
don't think
owned,
there's a wrong answer there.
yeah, I think all 3 of these guys would be good to marry.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like that. All right, I got a question for you.
Okay.
Since we're talking about the Wonders and
Mhm.
this fictional band, what is the best fictional band that you can think of? There are so many out there. We could sit here naming. I have a list in front of me of all the ones I like, the ones that I liked anyway, that I could think of. Who's your favorite fictional band?
Oh no. I wish I was prepped for this question.
You're welcome.
Unfortunately, the immediate answer that comes to mind is Sugar Ray in the Scooby-Doo movie.
It's not a fictional band though.
But they're not Sugar Ray in the movie.
Are you
just
sure?
played by- I'm pretty sure they have a band name and it is not Sugar Ray.
Okay.
No, maybe it is Sugar Ray. Okay,
I think
never
they
mind.
are Sugar Ray and that bit, and like they get possessed by demons.
I thought they had a different name. They are definitely possessed by demons. Okay.
I can go down my list just to
Like
give
Josie and the Pussycats is fun.
you Josie and the Pussycats, along with Du Jour from Josie and the Pussycats movie.
Yeah.
Dr. Teeth and the Electric Mayhem. That's the Muppets band.
Oh, it's like what?
Dr. Fugate's 100% Natural Good Time Family Band Solution. That's from Arrested Development. It's very funny. Very good pull. I did not have that one written down. Spinal Tap. Stillwater from Almost Famous. Sing Street from Sing Street. The Commitments from The Commitments. 2 of those are my favorites. Wild Stallions. That's Bill and Ted's band.
Okay.
The Soggy Bottom Boys from Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? You haven't seen Oh Brother, Where Art Thou yet. The Saja Boys or Huntrix. Pop.
Oh, that is technically a fake band, isn't
Yeah.
it?
The
And they're animated.
The Blues Brothers, the Sex Bombs,
Oh.
the Clash at Demon Head, Pink Slip, Powerline, Fistful of Assholes. That's from Nick and Nora, which is another favorite of mine. Those are just ones that I could name off the top of my head that I was thinking of. Pink Slip, of course, is Freaky Friday.
We are Sex Bomb. is probably my favorite of the ones listed. Powerline is great. I also think about Phineas and Ferb. They're just constantly singing. I don't know if there's a band name in there, but there's a lot of music in that television show.
Does SpongeBob have a fake band in there?
There is an episode where they play the Super Bowl, and I think the episode is called The Band.
Yeah.
Mouse Rat's great,
I prefer Rat Mouse, personally.
personally. Yeah, that's great question. I don't know.
It's a good one. And chat, feel free to throw some more out there if I didn't name any. I mean, obviously my love is towards Commitments, and Sing Street and Stillwater. Those are 3 of my favorite movies of all time. They all have a theme there.
You love a movie with a band.
I love a movie with a band. And
Oh, what about the kids in School of Rock?
oh yeah, the School of Rock band. That's a good one.
I love School of Rock.
I don't know what Scrotation Marks is. Is that from Parks and Rec too?
I don't think so.
God, I just thought of another one too, and it slipped my mind. Bringing in like TV show ones. Oh man, that's gonna kill me.
Killer Tofu.
Killer Tofu. The
That's
Beats.
the song. The Beats.
The Beats. That's a good one. Man, so many good bands out there. The Monkees, technically.
That's probably the most successful.
Yeah. Soggy Bottom Boys I'll throw up there too, because that was like a #1 hit on the radio forever. From Oh Brother Where Art Thou.
Cop Cutie. Cute on duty.
Cop Cutie. Cute and on duty. All right. That was a fun question. So if you're listening to this or listening or watching later, please feel free in the comments to put which fake band is your favorite. Maybe we'll get a fake band concert series going. That would be awesome. I've seen those before. Like I've seen a t-shirt that has like a tour lineup of all these fictional bands, and most of these are considered. So
would Gorillaz be considered a fictional band?
I think they're a real band.
They're a real band.
But with like fictional characters. Like that's like the opposite of what we're doing.
Right. I was just like, I wonder where they would fall in this question.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's a good one though. Who gave the best performance?
I actually put Jimmy.
Yeah?
Like, because I hated him. Like, and that's what you're supposed to do. And that tells me that he did a good job. So, because I really didn't think the acting was like stellar in this movie. Like, I loved Lenny. Lenny, I don't know if that's just Steve Zahn being Steve Zahn or if he was actually acting, but he was very funny.
Yeah.
I like the point that you made about Mr. White. So you could probably say Tom Hanks in this.
I had Tom Hanks listed here, and it is such a diversion from things that he has been playing. Like, it's this cool, like snaky kind of character. Cheetah Girls. That's the one I couldn't think of.
That I can't believe I didn't pull that. I'm so mad.
Wow. Thank you, chat. But I did put Steve Zahn. This is a top tier comedic performance for me. I think he's just amazing. So, all right, I've moved down to the recasting portion of this. You can either do a recast from 30 years ago, or you can also do a recast from 2026. I did not do a 1996 recast. These boys are fine. They're nice boys.
They're nice boys.
Except for maybe
you. You look great in red. Have I told you that?
So many. I went easy on the quotes.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any recasting
for 2026?
Yeah.
So I struggled quite a bit with this because I do think the movie is like perfect casting. Like I can't like think of anything. I did think Colin Hanks could be Mr. White, mage him up a little bit. Like I think that'd be fun. The only other thought that I had, and I've been on an Olivia Rodrigo kick for like the last month, I thought Olivia Rodrigo could be Faye.
Mm-hmm.
I think that would also force like a rewrite to the story to get her a song of some sort. Like maybe that's how her and Jimmy met, that they're both musicians.
Ooh, that's fun.
I also was like, oh, and Sabrina Carpenter could be Tina, and then we could just have the entire cast of the High School Musical, the show, just revamp because again they're all singers and they they all act, and I thought but yeah, it was only that Colin Hanks could be Mr. White and Olivia
Now,
Rodrigo as Faye.
I like where you're going right now with it. Why
Mhm.
don't we just gender swap it?
Ooh, okay.
And then you have like, so they're more of like a Supremes like group, instead of like a Beatles-esque group.
So then it's Dreamgirls.
It's Dreamgirls, but I like what you're doing here. Like Olivia Rodrigo, Sabrina Carpenter. Sabrina Carpenter can be the Lenny part.
The Lenny part.
I mean, she's Lenny in my eyes.
She is Lenny. She fucks.
And then Olivia Rodrigo is either Jimmy or Guy.
I would love her as Jimmy. I think she's more of a guy, but I like her
Yeah.
as Jimmy.
And then throw in I don't know. There's got to be some other young singers out there.
Chapel.
Charlie, okay. And then there's some actors that can probably sing too.
Sure.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's all I had. Not much.
Yeah. I went a little half Stranger Things on this. I picked Gaten and Finn to be in this. I think Gaten is a perfect like Lenny.
Mm-hmm.
And then I picked Dylan Minnette. He's the main guy from he's also has a band, but he's the main guy from 13 Reasons Why. I know you didn't watch that, but like the main kid from that. He's
I watched I stopped after a couple episodes because I said this is gonna hurt me.
Yeah. But Dylan Minnette, he is in a band that's pretty successful. I like him. He gives me Guy energy. He could probably be a Jimmy. Milo Manheim, who is from those, I think, Zombies movies, the Disney Zombies movies. He's also going to be Flynn. Yeah, Flynn Rider in the new Tangled movie. He could be in there too. He could be Jimmy. Finn Wolfhard gives me bigger Jimmy than anybody, honestly.
Yeah. Nat Wolf.
The Naked Brothers. Throw them out there. There's another band.
Yeah, that's technically a real band with a fake TV show.
The Jonas Brothers. Oh, wait, no, they're real.
Well, it's like S Club 7. S Club 7 and the Naked Brothers band are both very real bands, but their TV show is 100% fake.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not that they're a fake band that came out of the fake TV show. They were established bands already, and then they're like, let's put a script behind this. Different category.
Different category. All right, let's move into some fun facts. Did you have any things that you learned about this movie that you thought were fun?
I learned far too much. There's a lot going on here. Steve Zahn can play guitar and sing, and he did both in this movie, which I think is cool.
And
you want to go back in?
No, what I was going to say is they all learned their instrument. Like I don't think the other three were as skilled. I think Ethan Embry had some kind of music going on. He had just been in Empire Records and he was in a band in that movie. So I assume he probably had some kind of, but I'm pretty sure that like Tom Everett Scott did not know how to play the drums and learned how to play the drums for this movie.
Mm-hmm.
And Jimmy, same thing, like learned to play the guitar.
Yeah, they rehearsed. That was my next fun fact is that they rehearsed as a band for 8 weeks to get the feel for performing, even though most of their performances were dubbed by other musicians.
Right. What else did you learn?
Including full versions, alternative versions, live versions, and snippets. The song That Thing You Do is heard 11 times in the movie, but it's only done in its entirety twice.
You do hear it so much in this movie.
You do.
It's crazy.
Tom Ridge, who is an Erie native, and at the time that this happened was the governor of Pennsylvania, visited the set during production and presented Tom Hanks with a Zippo lighter that was engraved with the film's logo. Because Tom Hanks collects Zippos, and those are manufactured in Pennsylvania.
Oh, wow. Fun.
Mm-hmm. And lastly, this one is specifically for you. The FAA loaned strictly member-only jackets so the state science fair would look more authentic.
FFA.
Is that what I say? FAA?
FAA. One of them's the airlines and the other one's the farmers.
I'm so tired.
You're doing great. We're almost to the end.
Future farmers of America.
That's right, baby. My jacket's still at my parents' house if we ever want to try it on. This is a film debut of Tom Everett Scott. Tom Hanks did not want him in this movie because of his strong resemblance to a younger Tom Hanks, but his wife Rita Wilson thought he was cute, so she wanted him. She said, "Cast him."
Hilarious.
The bassist of Fountains of Wayne, Adam Schlesinger, actually wrote this song for the movie. So Stacy's mom, Adam Schlesinger, he does a lot of he has since passed away tragically, but he did a lot of like music for movies, like fake songs and stuff like that for movies, one of them being one of the ones that I've listed in my pairings. Charlize Theron was the first actress to audition and was the first one cast. The story of the Wonders continued in liner notes on the soundtrack's album. So maybe I got a little bit of information from that when I was growing up too. So like That Thing You Do actually rose to number 2 on the Billboard charts after their Hollywood television showcase. Jimmy's career with the Herdsmen was detailed a little further, indicating that he recorded I Need You, That Thing You Do, and She Knows It. Those are the songs that are heard over the end credits, and that Mr. White later becomes the president of the Playtone label. His name is also Amos, Amos White. He's also gay in the extended version. That's like
wild
with Howie
tiny,
Long. Yeah, weird little like
no reason.
detail. No reason for it. I like it. I like that Howie Long is the his partner. Parallels with the Beatles in this movie. So the Wonders' original name, the Oneaters, is a play on words involving music nomenclature. And then That Thing You Do is actually a sped up version of Please Please Me from the Beatles. The Beatles' appearance in Meet the Beatles, 1964's Meet the Beatles, a shot of John Lennon is accompanied by the caption, "Sorry, girls, he's married." That's why they did the "Careful, girls, he's engaged." Both acts reached fame after replacing their original drummer. Each group loses its bass player. Original bass player, Beatles' original bassist was Stuart Sutcliffe, and the Wonders' bassist joins the Marines. And a last-minute temporary replacement. The bassist had to be replaced after he disappeared. During part of the Beatles' 1964 World Tour, drummer Jimmy Nicol had to sit in for Ringo Starr, who was undergoing tonsillectomy.
Oh.
The Beatles' manager was gay. The Wonders' manager was also gay. When the Wonders are running to their cars in Wisconsin to catch a plane to the coast, Faye gets mistaken for a fan, stopped by the police from following the band. Similar incident happened when the Beatles were traveling. They ran to board a train, and then John Lennon's wife, Cynthia, at that point, was stopped because they thought she was a female fan. Unlike our film's version, no one went back to retrieve Cynthia. Told you, John Lennon, not a good guy. Not a good guy. So those are the only ones I had for this movie. There is, a lot of, like I said, there's a lot of extra footage, a lot of extra stuff we could talk about. This movie's incredible. Like a fine wine and dish, if you could pair this movie with another movie for a double feature, what would you choose?
I think you need to go first.
Okay.
Because I know which ones you have, and I don't want to say them. I want you to say them.
I think The Commitments, which is oftentimes what I say is my favorite movie, is the best comparison for this movie. While The Commitments do not reach a level of fame that The Wonders do, it is about a band coming together and, putting on shows and starting to gain popularity. And among those band members, they start realizing like there's a talented one in that band who is just a wonderful singer, and he knows how good he is. And so he starts like taking offers from all these other people to start recording stuff. So I think that one is the most similar in theme for it. And then I also chose another Irish movie, Sing Street. If you have not seen these two movies and you want to be my friend, these are two that I would start with. And then this, and then Almost Famous is the other one that I'm going to say. Another small band starts to become more popular. That one is a little bit more dramatic, and it's more about a boy growing up and being a part of this life. But Almost Famous is the other one I'll throw out there. So that's the three that I want to name before you go.
Oh, okay. So those were the biggies. I had a handful. Empire Records.
Yeah.
For the Faye and the bass player combo. Back-to-back years, back-to-back movies. That was last year, right? Empire
Yeah.
Records was last
Yep.
year. Okay. I had Jersey Boys because just the idea of like the forming of the band to the end of the band, watching the band's life cycle, and watching again some them dealing with things and different levels of fame and such. La La Land, also in part because Guy is basically the exact
Ryan
same
Gosling?
character. Yeah, he is. Well, yeah, Ryan Gosling is Guy, but Guy, the actor, is in the movie.
He is.
He is Emma Stone's husband,
Yeah.
but I'm pretty sure his character is like a music producer or like whatever, or similar to what Guy's trajectory is at the end of this movie.
I forgot he was in that. That's great.
Yeah, so he's in this movie, also about Los Angeles. I mean, we spend quite a bit of time of this movie in Los Angeles. And the last one is one of my personal favorite movies. It's in my top 4 on Letterboxd, Across the Universe, because a musical that is about the Beatles. It's not about the Beatles. It's utilizing the music from the Beatles to tell a story specifically about dealing with the civil unrest in the United States in the Vietnam War. I love that movie so much. There's like they mentioned Vietnam in this movie for like half a second, and I'm like, if you want to watch 2 musicals about 1964 with very different tones, these are great back-to-back movies.
Mm-hmm.
So those are mine.
I'll add to this. We've talked about a couple of these. School of Rock, you mentioned earlier. Music and lyrics, we did not mention. Another fake band in there. Pop is the name of that band. Yesterday, the movie about if the Beatles never existed, I think is a fun one to go with this. And then I just added 2 to the list. One just kind of in tone. It's a very wholesome movie, very light movie called The Great Buck Howard, stars Colin Hanks. It's about a guy who leaves his job or leaves law school to become an assistant for a traveling illusionist. And it is very cute and fun and wholesome. Emily Blunt is in it. Steve Zahn is in it. Tom Hanks is in it. It's a very cute movie. And then you talking about Vietnam made me think of this other very cute movie called The Sapphires, which is about 4 indigenous or Aboriginal women from Australia who form a band in the late 60s, early 70s. To go tour USO tours in Vietnam and perform for them. So it has like other undertones, like the racism was a big thing, especially in Australia with Aboriginals. It's cute. It's wonderful. The music's good. It kind of fits this vibe, but solid movie. Love that movie. That was a Redbox rental, and I fell in love with that movie.
So you put that on my list of movies I need to watch.
You'll love it, I think. But on a scale of 1 to 5, how likely are you to throw this one on again?
A 5.
Yeah.
I'll watch this again. This is great. I love this movie.
You'll watch it. That one's more out of like you're being forced to watch it, because I will probably watch it. I'll probably make you watch it.
But I think it's very rewatchable. I think it is easy watching. It's fun watching. It is lighthearted. I don't have to pay attention very much. I can just put on the soundtrack or just put it on in the background, and like the colors are fun. The scenes are fun. The 1960s like background, and it's great. It's cute. You can throw this on easy.
This is like a I'm sick movie. I can throw this on and it'll make me very happy. Like I had a smile ear to ear the whole time I was watching this movie. Now overall, what'd you give it?
I gave it a 4.
Nice.
I think it's great. The rating on Letterboxd is a 3.6 out of 5.
Yeah.
I think that's a fair rating. I don't think this is like jaw-droppingly like the greatest movie I've ever seen in my life. Because again, I've made my critiques. I need more information. Not that I want this to be more than an hour and a half, but I'm like, I need more information to believe the relationships in this movie. And there's a couple like little things here and there, like acting wise, I'm kind of like, eh. But but it's a fun watch. It's cute. It's upbeat. It's happy, and I can never be upset about that. Like it's fun.
Yeah, I agree with you. It is not perfect. If I were being super critical and not coming from my nostalgia brain and love for this movie, but obviously I'm giving this 5 out of 5 stars. There is nothing wrong with this movie. It is perfect, and everybody acts wonderfully, and the script is perfect and tight, and there are no holes, and everybody just ends up in love. So 5 stars. Alyssa, thank you so much for doing this. I requested you specifically for this week, and I appreciate you for doing that and hanging out with me and talking movies with me always. But before we wrap up, is there anything that you would recommend to people that you've watched lately?
Don't have any like big watch I've been pretty slacking on my movie game, but I'm going to be traveling in the next 2 months, so perhaps I will have some movies to share next time I come back. But I will say, like I mentioned earlier, I am on a big Olivia Rodrigo kick. She did come out with an album recently. If you are a music lover, if you specifically love pop music, I think the Olivia Rodrigo album that she just put out is a 5 out of 5 perfect album. It has a narrative. It has a lot of themes of mental health and, falling in love with somebody and realizing that that person is not going to be the cure to all your insecurities. If you like The Cure, she was very heavily influenced by The Cure during making this album. The lead singer of The Cure is on the album, duetting with her. I think it is a fantastic pop album and cover to cover. So that's my number one recommendation.
And honestly, it is a good album. I listened to the whole thing. This is the first time I listened to an entire Olivia Rodrigo album, because you said, hey, I want you to listen to this Olivia Rodrigo album. So I did. It does have some really good songs on there. There are some, obviously, like you said, some Cure influences on there. There are a couple, there's a song on there that I think it sounds very much like a Chappell Roan song. And that kind of is a big thing right now in pop music. And it's a good song. But no, it's good. It's great. I like Olivia Rodrigo, and anytime she comes out with something or says something, I'm always like, yeah, I like you. And I can like Olivia Rodrigo and I can like Sabrina Carpenter at the same time, and I don't have to pit them against each other.
No, I think they buried the hatchet at this point.
So love them, and they're very different.
Yes.
In their styles.
My kind of analysis of this album is if Hayley Williams was influenced by The Cure and not by Talking Heads, is what this Olivia Rodrigo album is.
Yeah.
Very Hayley Williams, very, influenced by The Cure and bands of that time. I will say Stupid Song, number one song for me. The Cure, the song titled The Cure is a great song. Less is a great song. And Maggots for Brains. Those are the 4 that I would recommend.
Yeah. Nice. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I finished up my 31 days of movies. You Are More Than Willing. I still have it out there on Instagram. I listed all of them that I watched in our Discord server, but I did watch some bangers this last week. One that I had watched before, and then 3 new ones that to me. The Last Picture Show is a perfect movie. 5 out of 5 stars. Would recommend it to anybody. It is in black and white, but it was done in 1971. It is a beautiful movie. It's a very small movie. It's not like big things happen in this movie a lot. It is beautiful. I love The Last Picture Show. Recommend it to anybody. The Seventh Seal, Ingmar Bergman film, and incredible, funnier than I anticipated. Another 1971 movie called Sunday Bloody Sunday, which is a John Schlesinger film. Kind of a surprise to me that this one exists and was so good and as for its time and addressing some of the issues, or not issues, but just doing a normal story in 1971 about relationships and having a bisexual main character and gay side character, and it tackles a lot of things. Really good. And then I watched Shogun Assassin, which is of the Lone Wolf and Cub, but it's like the Americanized version of it, and it's wonderful. If you like kung fu movies or samurai movies, it's awesome. So check those out. And you can also keep the conversation going and join our Discord server. Tell us what you're watching. The links are below or wherever you're listening to this. You can follow us on Instagram to know whenever we're going to be doing these, and check out my letterbox, see what I've been watching lately. We're continuing this theme of me choosing all the movies and you not having a say in this or a category dictate things. And next week, we're talking about a surprise movie for me over the last few years. It's called Lone Star. Great movie. Hope you can find it. Hope you can watch it. We'll be live next Sunday at 5 p.m. So thank you so much for tuning in. And we'll see you next time on 52/1996. Hit them with it.
Happy birthday, Cody. Be
That's
nice
not
to
it.
women.
Be nice to Faye.
Be nice to Faye.
Be nice to Faye.
We spun the reel through desert storms and courtroom cries. Love letters burned, planes went down, truth hid behind the lies. From snowbound crimes in Fargo streets to agents running wires, we laughed with Gilmore, screamed in masks lit. Theaters on fire. It's 52/1996. Let the credits roll tonight. Good movies, bad movies, all of them in the same rewind. 1 year, 1 week, every frame gets its time to shine. We'll see you next story on 52/1996.